Param Shanti Bapuji. Today, we will discuss about the secrets of karma. Karma includes actions, deeds and their reactions. My first question to you is, what is karma and are there different types of karmas? If yes, how many types of karma are there?
Karma is created by our thoughts, actions, sayings etc. There are three types of karma. First, Satya karma or good karma. 1. Who does good karma, earns virtue for his actions. Second is Pap karma or Vikarma or bad karmas. Bad karma stores negativity in the soul of the doer. The third one is Nishkam karma or akarma, which is selfless, desireless action. Selfless karma does not attract any kind of karmic bondage. Such a person remains neutral and does not accrue any positive or negative action or reaction even after doing karma. It is very difficult to find a soul who can do this.
Bapuji, why is it necessary for one to have knowledge about karmas?
If the soul has the knowledge of the secret of karma, he will be able to distinguish between good and bad karma. That is, an understanding of which karma should be done and which should not be done. On the basis of this understanding, a soul starts to do good karma and eventually can go to heaven after death. However, if it does bad karma, he goes to hell. It will be trapped in the vicious circle of life and death. Thus, everybody should understand the theory of karma. A karma done by our mind has a deeper impact than all other karmas. The secret of karmas are stored in our minds. It should be known by one and all that mere thinking is also karma.
Yes, Lord Krishna has also said in Bhagavad Gita that thinking is also karma.
Yes, so what are the effects of thinking on our body, mind, and the whole world? Let's say, your friend lives in a far-off country and you think negatively of him in any manner whatsoever, then this negative thought too, would lead to a negative reaction despite both being far from each other.
But, can his thought actually reach the other person who is situated such a long distance away?
Our world has become negative. So it is not possible for positive thoughts to reach there. But yes, negative thoughts can surely travel long distances. Negative thoughts will create negative vibrations in all the places that it travels, and will negatively impact the other person. Once a person receives a negative thought, it would lead to a cascading effect as he would also send a negative thought in reply. This chain reaction will have an effect on the subtle body as well.
Bapuji, delving a little deeper in this knowledge, different religions have different interpretations of karma. There are double standards for everything we do and see. For example, people put flour outside to provide food to ants, but if we see ants inside our house, we kill them. We feed birds in our backyards, but if the bird builds a nest in our house, we chase it away. Why these double standards?
Yes, what you are saying is true. We all see that followers of some religion cover their mouth, with an intention to stop any organisms from entering their mouth. The organisms would die, if they were to enter their mouth. They believe killing organisms is a bad karma. But, what about the negative thoughts that they are releasing in the atmosphere?
Bapuji, this is like praying to the God all day and then, at the end of the day, committing sins and ruining all your hard work.
I have seen in my practical life that the people, who claim to pray, remember, and worship God the most, are the ones who in reality do not do it. Because even when they are praying, their mind is wandering somewhere else. 99% of the time their mind is wandering around.
So, though they may have accrued some good karma, yet, they end up wasting 99% of the energy in radiating negative thoughts.
In today's world, no matter how much you pray to God, you will actually not be gaining any energy or power because the gods of the known universe have become powerless. There are hundreds and thousands claiming to be God. Several numbers of temples and religious pilgrims have been built. No matter what we do, the world is in a downward spiral and continues to fall to lower levels. The reason for this is the negative thoughts. Hence, we should aim at thinking positively.
Bapuji, do we receive the results of our karmas in this life itself?
First of all, you should understand how karmas are recorded in your soul and causal body. The results of your karma are added to the balance of karma. The results can be seen over a cycle of several births. Sometimes though, you may see the results instantly. So, it's not necessary that you would receive the results in the same life. If you have negative thoughts, your aura will become negative, meaning, your aura will become black. It will also spread negativity in the atmosphere. Your negative aura would absorb black cosmic energy from the environment.
Bapuji, does this theory still work in present times?
Yes, it still works. How does a single negative thought convert into cumulative negative thoughts? For example, if a person is short-tempered, his aura would be of red color, which represents anger. He would obviously spread the vibrations of anger in the environment. Also, he will attract red cosmic aura from the environment and others surrounding him, leading him to be angrier than before. Due to his red aura, people around him will also get affected. It takes many hours to control such persons. It is written in the scriptures that a person, who is short-tempered, in his next birth, becomes a Chandal, the one who deals with disposal of corpses and is considered to be from a lower caste. Thus, we need to know that our actions, words, and thoughts not only affect ourselves but the entire world. The negativity produced by such persons stays in the environment and gets transferred to others, when they breathe from the same negative environment. Just imagine, the negativity being created only on the basis of thoughts.
Bapuji, elaborating on the same subject, who is responsible for wars? Why are wars being fought? Does our karma lead to natural disasters?
The 5 basic elements can be influenced by human thoughts. They are in synchronization with the environment. When all the cells in the environment are filled with negativity, it may lead to occurrence of a natural disaster.
So, can we say that the collective thinking of people is negative in places where there are more earthquakes and natural disasters as compared to others?
Certainly. The natural disasters must have occurred due to the negative vibrations of thousands of people living there.
It's really good to listen to this, as the knowledge that you have just shared is not known to many.
As per the Hindu scriptures, there were no negative thoughts in Satyayug, the era of truth and morality. This is the first of 4 eras described in Hindu scriptures. The souls were of highest purity and had positive thoughts. Since this led to the environment being positive, natural calamities did not occur during the era of truth. The ways of thinking, feeling, and acting of humans controlled the environment. In Treta Yuga and Dwapar Yuga, negative thoughts started to increase. This led to differences in religions and beliefs. First, everybody believed in one God, and then later went on to believe in 2 gods. Now in Kali Yuga, we have so many religions and gods. People have started to fight to prove the superiority of the God they believe in. With the passage of time, negative environment evolved. Thus, today even when a yogi breathes in this kind of environment, his aura too becomes negative. Yogi becomes a worldly. So how can a person free oneself from the effects of negativity? For this, the soul must become powerful again. The souls have fallen to the stage of impurity. The aura of humans as well as nature is depleting due to this. So we need to change the thought process of entire world. Just changing a handful of people won't be enough.
Can we say that in order to change the world and environment, one should begin by changing the inner self first?
The path of knowledge says if you empower your soul in such a way that you are able to cure your soul's aura, you can free it from the negativity buried inside it. Start by changing your nature, values, etc. Be at peace with yourself, stay in thoughtless state of mind. The soul can get this power only from the Almighty Authority. Else, why the gods we worship these days are unable to bring the positivity within us?
Bapuji, as we all know, the leaders, ministers for a country are elected based on the opinions and thoughts of its citizens. On the basis of their ruling and abilities, the country can either prosper or retreat. But the fact is that, there have been so many wars which were initiated by such leaders. Innumerable people have died as a result of this. Is there any way to stop this? Does it require us to do any special karma?
Rama and Ravan fought in Ramayan during the end of Treta Yuga. In my earlier videos on aliens, I have explained that the gods and demons with good and bad qualities arrived on Earth from the outer space. On Earth, some people worship demons while others worship the gods. When the two groups or their followers come against each other, the result is a war of righteousness or Dharma Yudh. In light of this, we can say that it is a battle between negativity and positivity. In reality, in the name of religion, they are doing bad deeds. In Dwapar Yuga, only Lord Shiva was worshipped on earth. Lord Rama also worshipped Shiva in the form of Shivalinga. Shivalinga is the representation of Lord Shiva. Before Dwapar Yuga, people followed a single religion. From Dwapar Yuga, the religions split into two and started worshipping Shiva as well as Vishnu. The war has been going on between the followers of Shiva and Vishnu for past 864,000 years. Later on, these followers were made to understand that there wasn't any difference between Shiva and Vishnu and that they are one and the same.
That means children of the same father were fighting against each other.
Even today, you will find that some followers of Vishnu would not utter the word Shiva. In Treta Yuga, Rama fought with Ravan. So the battle has always been raging between gods and demons. And the main reason for these battles has been negativity towards each other. Demons would even reach the heavens, harass and chase the gods out of heavens. Demons would rule the heavens. If we wish to change the thinking and stop the negativity, change must be brought in all three worlds, namely Balok, Bhurlok, Swarglok.
Bapuji, you have spoken to us about the new world, as to how the new world would be. So, will the souls of this world, which have accumulated negativity and bad karma, be able to attain liberation or salvation? Or would they bring negativity along in the new world as well?
No, earlier, in order to establish the new world, the path of destruction was selected. This was performed by Vishnu on behalf of Shiva at the completion of 4 eras. At the end of each Manvantar, which means the lifespan of Manu, a pralaya would take place, and after 14 Manvantars, a Kalpa pralaya would occur. But this time, transformation will happen instead of destruction. There is this organization, Brahma Kumaris, which since 1936, has been calling out for the destruction of this world and formation of the new world. Satyuga will start soon after Kalayuga, so on and so forth. People of this organization did receive power by meditating with incorporeal Shiva, but since 1936, they mixed the power received through meditation with the vibrations of destruction. Due to this, the destructive souls received directions of destruction. The organization went on to say that destruction will happen by your meditation power, and only 900,000 souls of Brahma Kumari organization will survive the destruction while the rest will perish. They predicted destruction of the world in 1976, and for that they are doing meditation continuously. I went to this organization in 1985 and stayed with them for a couple of years. I observed their negative thoughts, spreading falsehood of 5,000 years of world creation and recreation theory and condemnation of Hindu scriptures. I understood their core concept. I remained in connection with this organization for many years but did not get answers to my questions. Time period mentioned in scriptures is infinite. There are infinite solar systems and infinite Shivas.
What happened owing to their negative thoughts?
Second World War began in 1936 as a result of their negative thoughts and meditation efforts. Resources for war were made with the vibrations created by their meditation. They said that by the power of meditation, weapons of mass destruction will be made and Third World War shall begin. I went to this similar other organization known as Shankar Party, which is being administered by the soul of Rama. Even there I observed similar patterns, 5,000 years of recycling the world, meditating for destruction, etc. In fact, even I was influenced by them for a brief period. But when I sat alone in meditative state and think over what's stated in these organizations, I realized that the word destruction is not a good option. Its vibrations are spreading all over the world. Thoughts of destruction and similar weapons were made. Atomic bombs were made. Souls following these organizations did receive powers by meditating on Shiva, but they misused these powers. So, who is responsible for the current situation of this world? In their own orations, it has been stated that the destructive group is ready. Destruction will happen, so meditate for 8 hours, meditate during early hours of 3 a.m. and so on. I contemplated over all the information that I gathered. In 1997, I found one of their oration that says those who are meditating for destruction, will get destroyed themselves. Every oration of theirs stated that you are a world transforming soul, you are a soul for the welfare of the world, and that you are a soul that will service the world. Then in 1998, I started a trust called Vishwa Parivartak Ishwarya Vishwavidhyalaya and started giving positive vibrations. Almighty Authority will not allow Third World War, and one have already given this message earlier in my videos. There will be transformation of the whole world, which is being done by Almighty Authority, not by Shiva of this solar system.
People are following the organization for 70 years in the belief that there will be annihilation and they are the ones who shall survive the destruction and will be saved. So, the negative thoughts that they have created all along, shouldn't there be negative reaction to their negative actions?
You see, there is always reaction to an action. A mind that is filled with negative thoughts will generate and be surrounded by a black aura. That black aura will absorb black cosmic energy from the atmosphere, which in turn will limit the thought process of that person. It is for this reason that the followers of such organizations are unable to get past their belief of 5,000 years of world recycling. This is the reaction of negative thought. Their thought process cannot get beyond this level of knowledge. And this kind of thought process and intellect can be compared to lower forms of life found on this planet, for example animals and microbes, etc. Intellects of these kinds are incapable to even think beyond the 5,000 years of history. Their thoughts have become negative.
So how do negative thoughts like these affect a human body?
The body can be affected with diseases like cancer. For every action, a reaction is guaranteed. It is said in orations, that you are a world transforming soul and you are a soul for the welfare of the world. Whosoever talks of destruction will themselves be destroyed. It is said that the Father of the Infinite will bestow upon you the infinite blessings. Make you the owner of the infinite world. They misunderstood the word infinite. They thought of infinite time to be of 5,000 years of world recycling. That every 5,000 years the existing world is destroyed and a new world is created. They made their followers believe that this mortal world is an immortal one.
So, Bapuji, does this mean that our karmas of infinite or our true karmas are yet to be done? So what are the karmas and actions of infinite that every soul needs to do in order to transform this world?
You see, transformation of the whole creation is to be done in a positive and peaceful way. And this cannot be done by a regular human soul. This can only be done by the Almighty Authority.
But can we contribute towards this transformation?
Yes, Almighty Authority will make chosen souls the cause of this transformation. I have already said that 108 souls will be chosen as a cause for this transformation. And they will not be ordinary souls. They are the seed souls. They will meditate, and only by meditation will the transformation of the world happen. Strong disagreements, jealousy, contradictions shall not yield any results. Negative thinking is a big sin. Knowledgeable souls have wisdom and think a lot before running any thought across their mind. Almighty Authority will give divine knowledge of the infinite to the seed souls of the infinite and bring about the transformation of the infinite to the world. So, the Almighty Authority will make the chosen souls the cause for the transformation of world along with the change of infinite. This chosen group of souls is called as World Transformation Group or Vishwa Parivardhak Group. This group will meditate to draw the power from highest supreme abode. Gradually this power will bring upon the change in the atmosphere. Unless there is a change in the atmosphere, negative thoughts cannot be changed. The atmosphere still has recording of negative thoughts raised by negative souls from their many births, rebirths, and eras.
This is so true, Bapuji. If we read the history of the last 500 years, kings used to fight with each other, and then the British came. Later we witnessed World War I and II and so many other wars. The negativity from all these events still exists in the atmosphere.
Why talk only about 1,000 or 2,000 years of history? Treta Yuga lasted 869,000 years. The entire Dwapar Yuga witnessed wars as well. I have heard that there were wars with big powerful demons even in Satyayuga. Battles between God and demons happen every now and then.
Fights and negative thoughts have been going on for such a long time. It will be a big and difficult task to change it.
It's not a tough task. Negative thoughts of our solar system spread up only till the gravitational pull of the sun. Post that, the influence of negativity gradually decreases. However, there are negative souls present in subtle world as well.
Is a soul capable of negative thoughts even without a body?
I have already discussed this in my earlier video, The Journey of Soul, that a soul is unborn, eternal, and ever existing. Soul is indestructible. After death, the soul has a body of 3 elements, that is, ether, air and fire.
So even after leaving the physical body, a soul can have negative thoughts?
Yes, the soul can become more negative after the death of its body. The desires and thoughts at the time of death drive the state that the soul will be in. The power of soul increases 1,000-folds after death. It sheds 2 of the heaviest elements, that is, the earth and the water. Soul becomes lighter with remaining 3 elements and its power increases in comparison to a human body which is made up of 5 elements. A soul may become negative, demonic due to its desires and if it misuses this power in various negative ways.
Souls in living human body still has a chance to learn and gain knowledge of the infinite, but what should a soul which has left the human body do?
The knowledge that we are spreading around the world is the knowledge that I have received when I go into my unmanifested form. This knowledge and my thoughts radiate in the entire creation, causing everything to transform. Subtle souls have become aware and are able to differentiate positive vibrations from negative. They are also thinking about the current state of this creation. We spread this knowledge not only to human souls but also to the souls in the subtle world. How do you think subtle souls capture knowledge bytes from the atmosphere? You see, atmosphere has recording of everything. For example, a message is relayed on YouTube through internet that gets routed through various satellites in the space and then to the computer or TV. It essentially has traveled through the atmosphere. Good souls can directly capture the thoughts or the vibrations from the atmosphere. Just as people like you and I watch videos, same way powerful souls that reside 100 to 200,000 kilometers above Earth are able to capture the thoughts and vibrations from the atmosphere.
This sounds alright, Bapuji. Though the situation today is that there are only a few videos that spread positive messages, the others are negative.
The current state of the atmosphere is that 99% of it has become negative. Only 1% that remains has positive cosmic energy, which I call as golden cosmic.
Please guide us Bapuji as to how one can bring this golden cosmic in his or her aura.
Instead of receiving 1% golden cosmic, why don't you connect directly with the Almighty Authority? You will be free from all the fears, fear of astrology and ghosts. You will not offer sacrifices to anyone. Develop your thought process, go beyond religion, caste, and community. Develop new way of thinking for the new world. With new way of thinking, negative older ways will cease to exist. Know the Almighty Authority. Watch a video on meditation called The Secret of Yoga. Connect with the Almighty Authority, meditate and draw power from Him. Your soul will become powerful. Negativity shall change into positive thoughts. Vibrations will change around you, your home will become a temple. Keep in mind, first, there will be a change in your own self, then and only then there will be change in your house and surroundings.
Bapuji, you have taught us to make our mind a temple. But negative thoughts come up by observing, eating, drinking, etc. There are vegetarian and non-vegetarian people. How will their thought process change? It's difficult to change that.
As is the food, so is the thought. Or in other words, you are what you eat. The base of mind is food. Your speech is based on what you drink and your thoughts are what you breathe. Your thoughts will change if you breathe in negative air from the atmosphere. So, what you drink affects your speech, what you eat affects your mind, and what you breathe affects your thoughts. If you have to purify your mind, speech, and action, then first bring about a change in what you eat. Become a pure vegetarian. What do you offer to your deities? Do you offer your deities non-vegetarian? Deities to whom you offer non-vegetarian foods or a body's sacrifice are not deities but demons in my view. People with positive and good thoughts do not intake non-vegetarian food. Those who eat non-vegetarian food will not have similar thoughts and intellect like those who eat only vegetarian food.
Many people have spread falsehoods and misstatements that Goddess Mahakali asks for sacrifices, blood, etc. In the name of deities, people are fulfilling their own desires. In any case, we won't go into this subject any further, though my main question to you is, what a desire-less karma is. And can anyone really do this?
Lord Krishna has already given the knowledge of desire-less karma in Gita. He has said to perform all our actions while keeping Him in our thoughts. Such actions will be desire-less karmas. It is said that, if you do good karmas, you will take birth again to reap benefits, and if you do bad karmas, you take birth yet again to face the consequences or reactions to your actions. That is why I want to liberate you from this unending cycle of birth and death. I want to take you to the supreme abode. A desire-less karma is called as nishkam karma or akarma. Truthful deeds also bind you in the cycle of birth and death. Truthful deeds will take you to heaven and bad deeds shall take you to the hell. There is an outcome to both. Even in heavens, the deities immerse in pleasure. They drink and dance, which eventually becomes the reason of their downfall. Their power weakens and they take birth in human body. Lord Krishna has explained the theory of karma in Gita. He has said to devote your mind to Him, keep Him in your memory and perform your karma. Only such karmas will be desire-less karmas. Stay connected with Him while leading a normal family life and doing daily routine activities.
Doing austerity, renunciation, and meditation make an action or karma a desire-less karma.
For doing desire-less karma, one should become a karma yogi. So, who can become a karma yogi? You see, yog means connection. Connection with the Almighty. To have connection with the Almighty, one should have knowledge of who He is and what the right way is to connect with Him. Lord Krishna was the avatar of Almighty Authority, who gave us the knowledge of Gita. It was Almighty Authority who spoke through Krishna and gave us the knowledge of Gita. But to understand that knowledge is beyond the reach of a regular human soul. Dharma means law or ethics. Following good ethics in life is the purpose of Dharma. Today, there is no austerity and renunciation in life. Nowadays, Discourses are given by karma yogis in the name of Gita's knowledge. Followers tend to become engrossed in worldly pleasures instead of becoming a yogi.
Many religions have described karma as a chain of endless knots. It is an interlocking of cause and effects one after the other. It's like a karmic cycle that continues eternally. How does one attain freedom from these karmic cycles? Can we get freedom from karmic account by practicing austerity, renunciation, meditation, knowledge of supreme and doing desire less karma?
There are knots of karmic bondage in life due to which, either a soul gets entangled in the cycle of birth and death or soul becomes a ghost due to his karmas after death. In order to be free from the cycle of birth and death, to attain liberation or salvation, the soul needs to draw power from Almighty Authority. To empower the soul, you have to burn all your bad karma. All bad karmas are stored in your causal body. Causal body is formed from your karmas. No two people on earth have exact matching faces. No two DNA are alike. Why are they not identical? It's because your causal body is formed according to your karmic bondage. From causal body, subtle body is created, and from subtle body, physical body is created. Everyone has different DNA in their physical bodies. The real source of DNA is karmic bondage. Everyone has different karmic bondage, and hence the DNA is different for each individual. Now if you want to liberate yourself from karmic bondage, you need power in your soul. Think as to how you can get that power to your soul, who the source of power is.
That source is Supreme Soul, the Almighty Authority.
Who is the Almighty Authority? How will you know about Almighty Authority? First you will know Him, then believe in Him, and then follow His directions. Word of Supreme Soul is the divine path. There are numerous religious scriptures that exist today. Some believe in incorporeal form of Supreme Soul and some in corporeal form. Some worship God and goddesses, while others offer sacrifice to the demons and ghosts. The first step to draw the power is to have knowledge of who the Supreme Soul is. And you can get this knowledge only from the knowledgeable souls. Who are the knowledgeable souls on earth? Only through knowledge can you find the Supreme Soul. It is said in Gita that I am not attainable through concentration, contemplation, and meditation. I am attainable only through knowledge. So search for that knowledge and meditate. I have described meditation in detail in one of my videos on meditation. Everyone should watch those videos.
Bapuji, good karma is for future happiness and bad karma is for future suffering. If you do good karma today, it will bring happiness in future, and bad karma will bring misery in future. So, can we connect our current karmas with rebirth?
Why not? Your next birth is decided based on the account of your karmas in this birth. Just like this birth of yours is based upon your karmas in previous birth. In order to get freedom from karmic bondage, impart power in your soul, take knowledge, and meditate on the powerhouse that is the Almighty Authority. All your karmic bondage shall burn out in the luminous body that's created by intense meditation. That light is Supreme Light. Your soul will receive Supreme Light from Supreme Soul. All negative recordings embedded in your causal body will dissipate. Your soul will transform from the stage of impurity to the highest stage of purity. Remember, you will get to the One, on whom you have always believed in and wished for. You will get supreme abode and be free from the endless cycle of birth and death.
Bapuji, we'll now conclude this first episode. I would request our listeners that if you like the knowledge of Bapuji, then please share this wisdom as much as possible, so others also get this knowledge, and that way you will also become the cause of spreading this divine knowledge.
Only high-quality souls will understand this knowledge. Negative souls will not understand, and neither will they like this. Before disliking, first ponder, am I capable of understanding this knowledge?
A person named Varun Prutha has stated very nicely in one of his videos that it is very easy to dislike someone's work, a photo, or a video, but it may not be as easy to create the work that can generate even one like. In general, I just want to say that instead of impeding someone else's efforts, we should all be supportive of good work that others are doing. In the end, I would like to thank our viewers for watching this video. You can get the list of all the playlists below this video. We have 1,500 videos on our channel on various topics like life after death, creation of universe and multiverse, amazing world of ghosts, cocky avatar, secrets of karma and many others. Also, requesting everybody to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Our app is available on Google Play Store named Bapuji-Raith by Patel, wherein you can get access to all our YouTube videos and playlists, books containing Bapuji's knowledge and other links. Do give us your valuable views motivating us to keep making videos on new and unsolved topics. You can also ask any questions or give any suggestions in the comment section below. Param Shanti.
Param Shanti.